Proposed legislation would mandate E-Verify for all employers in Texas. This is Wednesday, December 4th, 2024.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Thanks for spending part of your Wednesday here with the Texas Minute. Heading into 2025, illegal aliens in Texas may no longer be bused to out-of-state sanctuary cities, but instead to deportation facilities. More on that coming up. New information from the United States Census Bureau shows that Texas is leading all 50 states in overall domestic migration. According to the data, California, New York, and Florida were the top states from which individuals moved to Texas. Other states sending a significant number of people included Louisiana, Illinois, Washington, and Oregon. Texas has seen steady population growth since 2000 across the so-called Triangle region that encompasses the cities of Austin, Dallas, College Station, Houston, and San Antonio. Now, all of us in Texas are really glad to have y'all here, but we'd ask that you newcomers remember the insane, economy-killing, culture-destroying policies from the place you left and leave them there. In contradiction to Texas A&M's conservative reputation, the coursework there is rife with left-wing ideology pushing radical gender theory. In the latest installment of an ongoing investigative series, Robert Montoya uncovered a course exploring gay themes in horror movies. According to the fall 2024 syllabus, the course explores how the horror genre, quote, resonates with gendered perspectives and sexual subjectivity. The course leans heavily on a book by Harry Benzoff, who blames, quote, the conservative, right-wing, and fundamentalist Christian sectors of American society for depicting homosexuals as monsters. A&M didn't respond to a request for comment about how the coursework aligns with the institution's values. All employers in Texas would be required to participate in an electronic verification system to confirm U.S. employment eligibility. The measure by Republican State Senator Lois Kolkhorst of Brenham would also require state contractors and political subdivisions to participate in E-Verify. That's a system utilized by the federal government to determine the employment eligibility of workers. Private employers would also be prohibited from designating certain workers as independent contractors in order to circumvent the requirement. The Texas Minute will be right back.
The Luke Macias Show is your access to what happens behind closed doors in Texas politics. Listen weekly to me, your host, Luke Macias, as I break down what is actually happening in conservative politics in the Lone Star State, a state that we all love and cherish. Listen weekly wherever you listen to podcasts. This show is a product of Texas Scorecard.
Texas officials are reportedly considering a strategy to speed up the deportation of illegal aliens by busing them directly to Immigration and Custom Enforcement holding centers. The proposal was first leaked to the New York Post, and it has the tentative approval of President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan. Under the plan, buses chartered by Texas would operate out of border cities and transport illegal aliens to federal deportation centers. Now, Governor Abbott hasn't endorsed the proposal, nor did he mention on his latest trip to the border. Since 2022, Governor Abbott has bused nearly 120,000 illegal aliens to out-of-state, self-proclaimed sanctuary cities such as Washington, D.C., New York City, Chicago, Philadelphia, Denver, and Los Angeles. Of course, that led to those cities' mayors complaining about the costs. You can find the details of all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Luca Cacciatore, Robert Montoya, Will Biagini, and Valerie Munoz. It was produced by Nick Shepard. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.